It's a good color.
Yeah.
It's a champagne
Yes,
color.
it is.
Sorry, I
That's
chose.
gonna be in your color palette.
I was here in black, so I was like, oh. Stay in your color.
Mom's the word. It's gold. I'm gonna get.
Mom's the word.
I know. Hi everybody, I am Josanne. This is Spa in the City, and this is our Lunch and Learn. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everybody online for joining us. So today we want to talk about Tox, whether it is Botox, Xeomin, Jeuveau, Dysport, Daxi, Lativo. We've got so many out on the market, so not just about the different ones, but also maybe different areas that we hadn't thought about before, but also growth factors. So we decided to these are the two backbones of the med spa industry is injectables, but these two things in specific. So what can help our skin the most? And it's definitely neurotoxins, neuromodulators, however you want to term it, tox for short, and growth factors, and so how they help us. So over the years, Botox was our first one. It started out, when I was young. I had my first Botox at 30, so
Me too.
40 years ago, a little bit longer. And it used to just be approved for frown lines in the glabella area in between the eyes, so that we couldn't make those dreaded marks in between our eyes. Who needs to have frown marks? And over the years, we have had companies that have done research, and different things have become acceptable, made on label, which means that a company has gone and paid money for research and development and put it to the FDA to have different areas approved. We still, a lot of the areas that we inject, depending upon the neurotoxin that we use, it may be still considered off-label. So not everybody has forehead technically approved by the FDA, but all of these neurotoxins in one way or another are a botulinum toxin. So it's typically a protein at the end of the chain that may be modified a little bit different. So we as providers feel comfortable saying, okay, if Botox, for example, has a clearance and it can be put in a crow's feet, then I can use, and I've lost track of who has what approved, but let's just say Xeomin doesn't. I can put Xeomin in the crow's feet and feel very safe and confident that it is an okay place to use the neurotoxin. So the typical areas that we inject are in between the eyes for those frown lines, the wrinkles above our eyes, so that we don't have a lot of lines in our forehead. Smile lines here at the corners of the eyes can make your eyes look wider in pictures, so that's always nice, but it can have a negative effect. A lot of people, when they really smile with their eyes, and I call them super crunchy, so they smile like this, but that's their smile. And when you change that, when you paralyze this muscle and make this muscle not move anymore, and now that crunchy eye person smiles, now they look like this when they smile. Hello, Cheryl. And they look completely different. And some people, it's totally okay. If they like it, then I like it. But if they don't like it, thank goodness it wears off in 3 or 4 months. We have bunny lines, as we affectionately call them. A lot of times, people naturally just kind of crinkle their nose, and it can look so cute. My nose is too big, so my crinkling doesn't look cute. But when you end up paralyzing here, here, and here, the brain is still saying, I want to make an expression. So you can't smile, and you can't frown, and you can't raise your eyebrows, so you do this. Mad. And so you crinkle your nose. So sometimes we end up having to inject an area by default, because you actually have created these lines. Now if you're a side sleeper and you just mush your face up in the pillow and you create lines, no amount of Botox is going to help with that, because paralyzing the muscle isn't the cause of the wrinkle. If you crinkle your nose and you make the wrinkle, then injecting that area will help it. But if you push it up in your pillow and you have a sleep line, putting Botox there and relaxing the muscle, you're still pushing up into the pillow and you're still going to have a line. So there's the difference in that. A big area that's gotten a lot of press lately has been in the masseters, in the jaw area. So if you put your hands back here and you grit your teeth, you should just feel a little tiny pop of a ball. If you feel a fist, or if your dentist tells you you're wearing your molars down at night, or if you wear a night guard, the chances are really good that you probably should have that muscle injected to help reduce some of that clenching. And over time, just like any other muscle in the body, you keep clenching this, it's going to build up. Just like you keep working a bicep and you make your bicep bigger. You keep clenching your jaw, you are going to make this muscle bigger, and you can end up making your face wider. Bethany Frankel. I mean, she's the epitome of masseter. Now that she got her masseters injected, I mean, it's like her face just went like that. I mean, it's amazing how much that masseter reduction did for her. And a lot of people, it looks really good. When we're older, though, and we've, for years, 10, 20 years, we have worked on this masseter muscle. Sometimes when you inject it and you make it atrophy, well, the skin is kind of stretched over that area too, so you could end up with some jowling in front of it because you don't have as much volume back here to pull the skin out. That's you. That's not you. Yeah. You're like, oh no. So that's an area. We heard with the Barbie movie, trap talks. So in your traps, this area right in here, to have a more feminine neckline and a more flat area here, you can actually inject neurotoxin in this area, and just like any other muscle, it will make it atrophy. When it atrophies, it makes it smaller. So it makes this area look not as built up, but flatter. It can also be for people that hold a lot of tension in their shoulders. This could be something that they might be interested in. This type of injection, as well as the masseter and as well as the armpit injection, are typically not done as often, don't need to be done as often because you're using higher doses. So we usually look at something like this for every 6 months versus every 3 to 4 where we're doing it aesthetically. So speaking of another area that we can use neurotoxins to treat, and I just said for sweating. Not, I go to the gym and I sweat, not that type of sweating. The sweating that you put clothing on and within 5 minutes your armpits are soaked. That type of sweating. I started I didn't know about it then, but my daughter Paige, when she was 16, she had a horrible time in high school. She had to wear pads underneath her arms. She ruined every light piece of clothing that she had from staining. There weren't a whole lot of things that you could do for this condition. Now she gets injected once every 6 months, and it totally keeps that excessive sweating under control. And it's literally just in the armpits. It's like face doesn't sweat, body doesn't sweat, it is just in this area. So that's a great thing for Botox if you suffer from this. Whether it is more aesthetic or whether it is actually a medical thing, you can use Botox and help, save your clothing if nothing else. But, who wants to move and see wet armpits all the time? So it's nice to have. A lot of you have had this injection done, so that whole resting bitch face where you just close your mouth. and the mouth goes down like this. It just sits in this frown. So we can put a little bit of, and I say Botox, we can use any of the neurotoxins. We put a little bit of Tox in this area, and it literally can bring the corners of your mouth up. It is not that you're unhappy, it is not anything that you're doing, and it's not anything that you can correct. But if you find as you're getting older that the corners of your mouth are turning down, or that, you know, you really see that upside down C, or you start to see this line starting to form here in the middle of your chin, a lot of that is chin toxin. So we can relax these muscles that pull down by putting some here and here, and then we also can relax the chin. The chin can look pebbly, can look indented. When you go, and this pulls up like this, this also helps contribute to this line right here. If that's bothering you, then we can help with, it's 2, sometimes 3 injections, but it can make a whole world of difference in how your face looks. It can relax your lower lip rather than your lower lip being pulled up like this. So it just smooths the whole area down. And you don't need fillers, you don't need a lot of correction. It's something that can just be very easily done. It takes less than 15 seconds to correct, and you're good for 3 or 4 months. Necks. I can't pop mine out, but there are these bands that are in our necks as we age. 2 in the front, and there's more than 2, and 2 on the side. Especially the one on the side, when we start to see jowling right here, it's called a platysma band in our neck. Usually you can, if you say eek and grind down on your back teeth, you can make that band pop out, just like that on the side. Well, that band inserts right here in our jaws, right where the jowling is. So if this band is hyperactive, then that insertion point, it's pulling down as well as gravity and contributing to a jowling effect. So sometimes where we think, oh, I need to have jawline filler, I need to have a lower facelift, I need to have all of these things, sometimes just a few units of neurotoxin along the jawline where that platysma band inserts right at our jaw can help soften that pulling down effect and make all the difference in the world. Sometimes we need to inject a little tiny bit of the band. Everybody's neck is different, but that's another use for neurotoxin. Some more advanced uses, I don't do them because it just sounds so painful to me. Palms of the hands.
Golfers.
And soles of the feet for sweating. It's like, I just don't even know if I could inject somebody's palms. Oh. But it can be done. So, I mean, if it's something that really, really bothered somebody, we can numb you up, and you know, it certainly is something else that we can consider doing. So it's not just those frown lines in between the eyes. There's so many other uses for neurotoxins. Any specific questions about neurotoxin? One other thing that I did want to bring up, a lot of people, it's not widely known. It's a neurotoxin called Daxxify. It's been out for a couple of years now. Daxxify was originally formulated to last 6 months. So you have to use a lot of units. You have to use, if you get 20 units in between your eyes, you have to use 40 units of Daxxify, and it could last longer. Everybody's different. Everybody is different. It is not something that I particularly like to inject here for that longevity. But they're coming out with new studies that are showing that different dilution ratio, different injection points, that this might be something that we could be looking at. So there's Daxxify. Okay, so no other questions about neurotoxins. Let me just briefly touch about my favorite thing and what we really wanted to talk about today is growth factors. So lots of different kinds of growth factors for a long time. We started out with PRP, platelet-rich plasma. So that is pulling your blood, spinning it, and we get plasma. It's a gold, honey-colored liquid. We would get that from your body, and we could either inject it back in your body in a certain area, or we could put it on topically. We have to make holes in your skin, so microneedling or laser, and we can put PRP on your skin.
To absorb.
Yes.
She had that.
Yes.
That was really good.
PRP's growth factors are very short-lived. They only are viable for around 4 hours, so not long. Then they came out with PRF, platelet-rich fibrin. So fibrin, same thing, slower spin speed. We get less out of the blood, but those growth factors last for almost a week. So it is helping your skin for a lot longer period of time. So that has been around for a long time, for years. But it is very conditional. Are you healthy? Well, your growth factor is only as healthy as you are. So if you have autoimmune disease, if you have any other kind of issues, your growth factor isn't going to be as healthy as a 15-year-old with nothing. So you have to kind of take that into account. Then we decided, we had a doctor that formulated, okay, I can take this PRF and I can heat it and cool it and heat it and cool it, and I can make it into a gel, and I can make natural filler. So EZ PRF gel was created. It lasts 4 to 5 months in your body as a volumizer, as a filler. We used it a lot underneath the eyes, but it was really meant to be in there to repair, to grow, to make the area underneath the eyes thicker, because it's very thin skin. We get troughing, hollowing, we get darkness underneath our eyes as we age. Everybody wants that smooth look that, you know, we had as teenagers. So it's just short-lived. And again, even if you forgot and drank alcohol the night before and you're somewhat dehydrated, when you come into that appointment, that's going to tell us how much blood is we're going to actually be able to get out of you. So it's all very contingent upon you. And if your body isn't producing that day, you know, we may just get a little tiny bit out of you versus a whole bunch. But it is what it is, so that's your appointment. It's not like, oh, well, okay, we can, you know, I'm so sorry, you know, we'll just come back and do it another day. I mean, that's all you get. So it's iffy. It's not stable. Along comes Ariescence. Ariescence is platelet-derived growth factor. In the lab, not from humans, not from plants. So every time we want to use it topically or we want to inject it underneath the eyes, it's here. It's the same amount, every syringe. Don't have to worry about whether you're dehydrated. Don't have to worry if you have any kind of autoimmune something. Don't have to worry about anything. Don't have to worry if your veins are rolling that day. It's here and it's available to us. It has been for a long time used in other areas of medicine. It has been in ortho, it has been in dental. So it has a proven track record. It has just come into aesthetics. So this stuff is now for us, like PRP was years ago. they're always coming out with something new and cool, and we try to always have that here, that this is the newest and coolest.
What's the lasting?
Pardon?
How long does it stick around?
This, well, you continue to age. It isn't so much that the growth factor is alive, because it's, again, this is
Right.
lab, but we're generally looking at 1 to 2 treatments a year. We do one, we see how you do, maybe do another one in 6 months, yes. So, and we're seeing phenomenal results with it. And it is actually less expensive than when we draw your blood. Because we don't need as much paraphernalia, and we don't need as much time. So all of that is factored in, so we can put this topically. We love putting it on, which is what we're gonna do demo today. We're gonna do a microneedling on Bryn. Yes. We're gonna do microneedling on Bryn, and we're gonna apply this topically to the skin. And yes, and we'll show pictures a month from now, 2 months from now, how her skin is going to transform. I know, excited. So we used to have, I was talking with Kristen earlier, we used to have exosomes. And I'm sure everybody's heard of exosomes. So she said, well, do you do exosomes? Like, well, yes, until Ariescence came along. We still have exosomes to offer, but the results that we were seeing with exosomes compared to the results that we're seeing with Ariescence at a lesser price point, it's like, well, my vote's on the Ariescence. I want to give everybody the best that we can give them for the best price. So Ariescence, hands down, is our best bet. You can also, there's a couple laser treatments that you can get, not just microneedling. So if you have some pigment as well as some texture or some wrinkles that you wanted to handle, you can do skin pen, or you could do a laser treatment and still apply Ariescence topically. And then as far as injecting Ariescence, we only inject it underneath the eyes. That's the only place that it has been being studied at this point.
What's the downtime?
So that's it. You're going to have a little, everybody's different, but you could have a little bit of swelling. So you definitely don't want to do anything closer than a month before a wedding or an event. And if you allow that much time, then you're going to be the person that has 0 swelling. But just in case, we always want to allow that. So that is really pretty much the only downtime. And you're being stuck with a needle, so there's always a chance of a bruise anytime you're being stuck with a needle. But this area doesn't bruise very easily, so we typically don't see that. So, any questions about growth factors? Okay, so now we're going to move into fun. My good friend Carrie is with us. She does color planning.
Yes.
So Carrie is going to show me. She's going to do some draping on me really quick, and then we're going to move into the demo with Bryn. And you're welcome to stay, and I can answer questions while Lorgan is doing her microneedling and applying the Ariescence. So,
Awesome.
Carrie,
Yeah. I've been seeing Joanne since you were in that little house down the street. Oh my gosh. Long time. So do whatever she says. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever been told that you can't wear yellow. Okay, that is a myth. Everyone in this room can wear yellow, a shade of yellow. Maybe it's like a light lemon, icy cool yellow, or maybe it's a warm, buttery yellow, or maybe it's a spicy goldenrod. Okay, what about black? Have you heard that black's universal? Everyone can wear black. Okay. That's also a myth. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just a messenger. But there is a very small minority that can actually pull off black. If you are not in that one season, black will create shadowing and it will actually drag you down. And people say, oh, but it's slimming. That is true. And there are other options if you are not in that one season, like navy does the same thing. Charcoal does the same thing. Espresso, brown is the new black right now, so everybody's wearing brown. So it all depends on your specific coloring. So today's program is really about rejuvenation, renewal, looking and feeling young, and I'm going to give you an extra secret weapon. So it's all about color. So when you're wearing the right colors, you are lifted, you are brightened, and you are smooth. When you're wearing the wrong colors, it is casting shadows and it's making your skin look uneven. So like it's kind of a tonal issue. So what I'm about to tell you, you probably either like, oh, obviously, or it's going to change the way you shop forever. So one of the two. If you, okay, I'm just going to be bold and say it. Stop buying the clothes that you like. What? Stop buying the clothes you like. You need to buy the clothes that like you. And what I mean by this, there's two compliments that you might be given. One is, oh, I love your top. So of course we love to go that. We bought the top. But what if somebody said, your skin looks radiant today? Like, you need to pay attention to what you're wearing because that is harmonizing with your undertone. And it's a total secret. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So let's get into it. I'm Carrie Clancy. I am owner of Your Color Plan, and I have been master trained in a 16-season system. Okay, and so I want to show you really quickly how I assess my clients. So there are 3 dimensions of color. One is undertone, and this is like you've got to get this right or nothing matters, truly. This is how cool is a color or how warm is a color. This is a sliding scale. Most people are in between. So cool and warm. That will define your personal color code. The second one is intensity. Intensity is how bright of clothes can you handle, or accessories, or makeup. So either really bright colors make you pop and bring energy to you, or maybe you're softer and more muted. I used to say dull, but nobody wants to be dull. Okay, so somewhere on this scale. And the last one's super easy. It's value. So how much lightness is in a color, how much white is added, versus how much darkness is in a color. Some people can really handle those intense, rich tones, and some people, it's totally overpowering. They need something that's more consistent with their skin tone. So those are the 3 dimensions of color, and I want to run through the 4 kind of main seasons of color analysis. So one is, they all have different personalities. So one is winter. This is the brightest whites to the blackest blacks. Hint, this is the season that can wear black. Okay, so these are all the jewel tones. They're very cool. They're cold, actually. So all of the jewel tones like sapphire and emerald and bold, pure colors. So that's winter. High contrast. The next one is spring. And this is all the spring flowers. So it's very warm in undertone. It's bright in intensity, and it's considered light in palette. So it's lively, it's bright, it's happy. The third one, this one always confuses people. This is summer. Most people think summer is warm because it's physically so hot outside, but this is actually very cool. And I like to think about it like hazy, cool oceans, like sun-drenched colors. It's all the bright, cool colors washed in gray. So this is like a very elegant summer palette. And the last one is autumn. Yes, that's what I am. So autumn is warm, toasty, spicy. I love the word spicy. I use it all the time now that I'm in autumn. Okay, and so you've got the bright colors like this orange and kind of chili pepper red, but then you also have some muted tones in here. So you've got the sage greens and stuff. It's basically very earthy and natural. So each palette kind of makes up the 4 seasons, And then, because we're extra at color analysis, we like to say some people can flow in between seasons. So that kind of makes up the other 12 of the 16 seasons. And that's when any two of those combine, like say you look good in some of the dimensions of both, but not everything. I'm always going to give you a home season, like one of the 4, but you might flow into another one. And so those are the flows. So I'd love to have Josanne come up here and let's see what she is. I'm going to put this mirror up so I can see it, but you guys don't need to see it necessarily. Oh, yeah, I might move that a little back. Yes, ma'am. And then give her this stool right here. Yeah. Okay, so I'll kind of walk you through how I go about assessing a client. It's a process, and it's very much not a formula. So once I go down a direction, so I decide on an undertone, it's like a 1-degree shift. So I'm like, okay, this. Like if you've been to the eye doctor and you're like, can you see better now? Can you see better now? So that's kind of what I'm doing. So it's different every, time for every client. But I always start with warm versus cool. And this, I'm just scanning to see which one kind of brings out her features. So normally she would have no makeup on, but today we're going to look at this. Okay, so this is the warm palette. And I just kind of scan it. I'm just kind of looking, like kind of almost blurring my eyes to see what happens. Then I'm going to look at the cool palette. And I giggle because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to look at here. She looks very sallow. She almost looks like jaundice. She's got this mask.
She's right though.
That's sort of this orangey glow. But then when I do this, she's immediately brightened. She's balanced. All of her, she's got very intense features. So her eye is dark. It's almost like no pattern, dark. And actually that's another side story is it's miraculous. It's not the color of your eyes, it's the pattern within your eyes that indicates your season. It's just a data
Even the
point.
purple's like really good on you at the end there.
I mean, she knows. And so
Royal.
this,
It is?
yes, all the rosies versus the oranges. So she would want to stay away from corals. See if this just doesn't do anything. And also, you can see these lines that she literally, you don't see it when she's wearing the right colors. They just go away. She's very smoothed and almost airbrushed. Everybody loves the word airbrush. Okay, so I'm going to show
Those
you.
aren't the actual 4 seasons. Those are just warm versus cool.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you for mentioning. These are extreme versions, pulling out all the warm colors and all the cool
Okay.
colors. Okay. So now I just want to show you how I would do my session. So we're going to look at a few colors pulled out of these two and just compare them, just so you can see the difference. So let's take, I love to take the orange and pink is probably the best way to see it. So orange, you can guess, is going to be warm. Pink is going to be cool. So cool is anything with blue in it, and warm is anything with yellow in it. Okay, so this is absolutely gorgeous on her. Now I would argue she could go darker than this, but that's a value issue. This is, I'm just talking purely on undertone. Okay, watch what happens here. Blah. But, isn't it amazing?
But does anybody pull orange off?
I hope I do, because that's all I own.
Isn't that funny? So this is, you just, sometimes I'll just take it in just so you can see. It's literally like
Right.
Yeah,
you're
right.
Very pretty.
lifted, bright, and all that. So I would go through all of these colors just so that you can see it. Because again, it is really important to me that my clients see it because they're the ones shopping. Okay, and then the other thing I like to do before I move on to the specific season. So there's 2 cool seasons. We've determined she's cool, so she's either going to be summer or winter, right? Okay, but I like to look at metals because everybody likes to know. Okay, silver and my gold. This is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
But
Very
ignore
pretty.
her earrings. But okay, gorgeous.
It
She's
is.
bright. She is lifted, very harmonious with your skin.
Yeah, that's great.
Versus, I'm gonna do this spring one. So spring is kind of a light gold. So two things that aren't Josanne. She can handle deeper colors, and she's also very cool. So yeah. So there's this.
That
And
didn't
then
bother me.
I mean, I thought that was fun too.
I did too. I liked it.
boom.
I like that though.
That's it.
That's
That's
pretty.
it. So that's just kind of a fun little thing. Okay, so let's look at summer versus winter. So what we know about winter is that it's very bold, right? High contrast. I think already Josanne can handle this. I think the soft muted is gonna not be enough. I'm gonna show you. This is absolutely stunning on you.
Let me see.
Okay. See, this is like, it's right in that it's the right undertone. But look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks so pop.
I don't like that one as much.
Yeah. But the cool is right, that in this case, the value is right. So the value, she can handle much more high contrast
Right.
in the bold colors. So she is definitely a true winter. So that is my demonstration of how color can actually be anti-aging, and it is a secret weapon in your arsenal.
Yes, thank you. So if anybody wants more information about their color or to talk with Carrie, she'll be available. And do you have cards?
I do.
She has cards, and she's offering everybody that's here today a little something, something extra to make an appointment with her. So, and you know, this goes not just your clothes, but your makeup, as well as your jewelry,
And accessories.
but even maybe your own personal space. So, you know, your office, what do you want to decorate your office with, because how it's reflecting, how you're going to look on your Zoom calls,
Yes.
that all makes
how
a
you
difference.
feel. That's a good point, too.
Yeah. Okay, so any questions quickly for Carrie? Okay, so let's move into our microneedling. We're going to do a skin pen microneedling. Lauren is going to do that on Bren, and we are going to be using Airy Essence. So if any of you have not had a skin pen before, I'm sure Bren will share with you where it's sensitive, where it's not.
Have you done this before, Bren?
I thought I did it, but that's nice.
I don't think you've had a skin pen before.
She has it, I swear she has.
No, I think she's done CO2.
I thought Paige might have done it.
Oh, you've done the CO2.
Yeah.
Right here in the corner.
Don't make it strange.
Just take off here, too.
No, it actually makes hair grow.
You have to shake when you get home.
This is just the part for the needles.
Yeah, so there's little needles that are in this. We can set it at different depths. It's actually been out for a long time. Some of you may have heard about the vampire facial.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of where the PRP and the microneedling. So that person actually trademarked vampire facial. So even if we use microneedling with PRP by law, we can technically call it a vampire facial unless we're using their microneedling and have been trained by them. So yeah, it was probably ultra. Yeah, ultra clear and brilliant. The whole thing is getting holes into the skin. Yeah, it's getting this is microneedling. Well, there is. So Kristen asked if there was another kind of RF or another kind of microneedling. There is RF. There's RF microneedling, and it has radio frequency, so it is more of a stamping where this is a constant motion, like a tattoo gun. With the needles, RF microneedling is we put the device on your skin and we stamp it in. It's quick, but there's I believe 49 needles that go into the skin, and then as soon as they're into the skin, and this is all like in nanoseconds. As soon as it's into the skin, it discharges energy at the tip of the needles. So it's giving an additional skin tightening effect with that heat inside the skin. So good.
Does it hurt?
No.
I told you.
She's so numb.
Yeah, it doesn't take you pretty numb. That's not worth it.
Microneedling just puts holes into the skin. CO2 actually ablates, takes off some of the skin. So it's putting air on the skin ablates. Yes.
Yeah, that's my word.
We call it L-Farby. Huh? You call it L-Farby? Yeah. But it works. I had the IPO and it works classy. And I was like, I think I just got electrocuted.
Doing what?
The IPO.
Oh.
The stamping.
Nobody likes IPO, but it works.
Yes, no pain, no gain. I'm not complaining.
It works.
But I was not expecting that.
Perfect.
So there's actually a product on the skin that allows the needles not to snag because they are constantly firing.
Like a lubricant.
So, a glide. Yes, exactly.
Do y'all want me to finish the full face or just do one half?
You should just go with half.
Okay. And apply
I'll
the
just walk this way.
That's
your good side.
Let me do
Good indication how well that works.
So most everybody's worst part of their face is around the mouth. So, we talk constantly, so the perioral lines that come around our lips are always hard to manage, hard to make better. So we can, any area that might present more of a problem, we focus a little bit more, a little bit longer in that area. Put a few more holes in that area. Might even go a little deeper depending upon where it is versus shallower. So, the forehead, there's nothing but skin on top of those. So we want to make that really shallow. Cheek area, if you've got lines out here on your cheek, we might make that deeper because there's a lot, and it's not going to hit anything.
So it can be adjusted.
Yes, yes.
So now she's applying that area. Yes. I had a patient last week call it youth in a bottle.
How often do you recommend getting a topical and microneedling done?
Lauren, how often?
We recommend a series of 30, and then once you have those 30 under your belt, maybe just come back once or twice a year for maintenance.
So it takes about 3 vials.
Three skin pens, depending upon how your skin is, will decide you probably won't need the Area Essence all 3 times, but we do the skin pen 3 times. Area Essence is 1, maybe 2 times a year for the growth factor, yes, because you need time for it to work. Collagen takes, just like Sculptra, collagen takes 3 months to start remodeling. So we're causing a wound. We want the wound repair response, which starts the collagen formation, but it's also allowing that growth factor to go into the skin. So you've got both things. You've got the wound repair response and you've got the growth factor working together. So I'm all about less is more. So give it time, see how it does, and then see if you actually need. You'll need more skin pens just because we're continuing to age, but let the Area Essence take time to do what it's supposed to do. And we have some specials today. So what are our specials?
So today is by 100 units of Dysport, you're gonna get 50 free. Also, for if you buy 2 vials of the Area Essence, you'll get a free Ultra to go with it. So it'll give you your first treatment to actually put that topical treatment on and start seeing that magic work. So those are the 2 specials we have today. And if you brought a friend, you also get 50 units for free.
Ultra as a laser treatment, different from skin pen. If you just want to get the growth factor into your skin and don't have pigmentation issues, then skin pen is great. But pretty much after a certain point, we have possibly some pigmentation issues, some large pores, so then the Ultra might be a better treatment. You get a little bit more from the Ultra versus the skin pen. It's just easier to do skin pen for a demo. So we're doing the Ultras free today. And you don't have to get an IPL to get rid of pigment. Any other questions?
Okay, say the 2 specials again, sorry.
Absolutely. 100 units of Dysport, you'll get 50 free. If you brought a friend, you get 50 free as well. And then for the Area Essence, if you buy 2 vials of the Area Essence, you get a free Ultra.
Nice. You can write it down if you need.
Thank you, everybody. Do we have anything else that I need to answer a question about?
No questions, and you can just say bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Thank you.